Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve second question. The chapter which we are related with is chapter number 8, cash book. And as you people know, in first part of this lecture, we have already entered these journal entries. As you can see that all of transactions are entered in journal from January 1 to the last entry. Now, second target was to make your cash book, and since we are related with double column cash book, it means we will have cash and bank ledgers at the same time. That is why it is called double column cash book. For that purpose, look at this. There are two sides. This is your double column cash book, and here we will see our debit side, and at other side we will see credit side. As usual, we will see date first and then particulars, and here cash and bank. Please note it down. This is your left side, that means debit side, and then again your date, particulars, cash and bank. As you can see that cash is present on left side, on debit side, cash is present on credit side as well. At the same time, bank is also present on debit side and bank is present on credit side as well. It means we are making cash ledger and bank ledger at the same time, but rules are not different. Their posting method is not different. We will be performing this function absolutely in the similar way. Okay, let's come to the first entry. We will show it. If cash and bank is present in any entry, that entry would be posted. Otherwise, you do not need to post any entry. January 1, cash is debit. So come over here, write down first entry, January 1, it's the date. And on January 1, cash is debited by 1 lakh. So you will go to the cash column. And now for reference, what you will see, what is written on the opposite side? To balance. So you will write to balance over here. Now, first entry has been completed as we are associated and related with cash and bank only. So cash has been entered, first entry has been completed. So what we will do, we will mark it as it has been done. Just marking it so that it could not be repeated. Now next entry is January 1A and bank is debited. So what you will do, you will again choose debit side January 1A, and at this place bank is debited 14 lakh. You will go to the bank column and will write 14 lakh. And what is written on the opposite side? Bank was debit and opposite side was filled with balance, so you will write balance. In this way, our second entry has also been completed. We are marking it as it has been done. Now please note it down. If cash or bank is debit in journal, we will be debiting same in ledger as well. If cash is debit in journal, it would also be debited in ledger or cash book. Now, next entry is January 2, where cash is credit. So you will go over here and we'll write January 2, and as you can see on January 2 cash is credited by 80,000. So you will come over here, we'll write 80,000, and now it's time to see how or what is written on the opposite side. Actually, I am going to correct it. Okay. Now we will see on January 2 This was your entry of January 2, cash was credit. What is written on the opposite side? Salaries. So you will write salaries over here. January 2nd, this entry has been completed. We are marking it as it has been completed. Now January 2A, where bank is credit. Okay, January 2A. Here you will write January 2A, where bank was credited. Look at here, bank is credited by 60,000. So you will post 60,000 on credit side of bank and see what is written on the opposite side, rent. So you will mention rent. Alright guys, now you can see that this January 2A entry has also been completed and we will mark it as it has been done. Now we will see January 4, where again bank is credited, January 4. So you will come over here and will write January 4, and January 4 is saying bank is credited by 8,60,000. Just write down 8,60,000. We will now see the reference, and as you can see, purchase is written on the opposite side. So write down purchase over here. In this way, this entry has been completed and we will mark it as it has been done. Now January 5, you can see that cash is debited. January 5, write down the date first, and cash is written on debit side 150,000. So just write down 150,000. It's time to see the reference of January 5. Sale is written on the opposite side, so you will mention sales. January 5 is also completed. Let's mark it as it has been done. And now we will see January 6, where bank is credited. January 6. Come over here, write down January 6, and bank is credited for how much amount? You can see it's 250,000. Just write down 250,000 and see what is written on the opposite side. It's machine. So write down machine. Okay guys, this entry is also completed. We are simply doing if bank or cash is debit, post on debit side of ledger. If bank is present on credit side, post on credit side. Same sides we will choose. Now next entry, as you can see, is January 6A, where bank is debited. January 6A, and since bank is debited, let's see how much amount. January 6A, bank is debited by 140,000. So you will write 140,000 over here. And now what is written on the opposite side? To cash. So just post to cash over here. Now you will have to stop. This is a very different entry. You can see in all above entries, either cash or bank was mentioned only for once. If bank is present, there is only single entry. If cash is present, only single entry. But now you can see bank and cash both are present in the same entry. This is called contra entry. Please note it down, CONTRA, contra entry, where bank and cash both are present in the same entry. So this contra entry obviously will have double effects. We have already written bank on debit side. Cash is also present in this entry. So we will go to the credit side. It is January 6A, and cash is credited in January 6A. You can see this is January 6A. Cash was credited by 140,000. So you will post over here. Now see what is written on the opposite side, that is bank. So you will mention by bank. In this way, January 6A is also completed and we are marking it as it has been done. Now let's see what January 7 is saying. Again, you can see cash and bank both are present in the same entry. So this is also contra entry. There will be two effects. First effect, you can see cash is present on debit side. So you will go and write January 7 and cash is present on debit side, and look at here, cash is debited 90,000, so you will write 90,000 at debit side. And what is written on the opposite side? To bank, so you will mention to bank. One aspect of this entry has been completed. We have debited cash and now we will see bank. Bank is written on credit side, January 7. So here you will mention date January 7 and bank is present on credit side with 90,000. Put it at reference. What you will do, what is written on the opposite side? Cash. So just mention cash over here. So guys, in this way, January 7, both entries have been completed. Cash was debit, we have posted on debit side of cash. Bank was credit, we have posted on credit side of the bank. January 7. So guys, here we are marking it as it has been done. Now January 7A, where only cash is present. So it means it would have only one effect. Cash is debited, January 7A. Just put the date, and as you know, cash is present on debit side. You can see 1,80,000. Put on debit side. Now see the reference. Cash was debit. What is written on the opposite side? Two sales. So just put two sales over here. Okay. So January 7A has been completed and we are marking it as it has been done. Now guys, let's get forward to January 7B. Again, there is only one entry. Cash is credited, January 7B. Here you will put the date, January 7B, where in January 7B, cash is credited. So how much amount is written on credit side? 80,000. Just put 80,000 over here and see the reference. At opposite side, drawings is mentioned. Write down drawings over here. January 7B, excuse me, it has been completed. Now let's mark it as it has been done. After January 7B, we are January 7C, where bank is debit. So here, January 7C and bank is written on debit side with 6,000. Now it's time to put the reference. As you can see that January 7C, bank was debited by 6,000. What is written on the opposite side? Interest. So here interest would be mentioned. So guys, in this way all entries have been posted. It was your last entry. Let's mark it as it has been done. Now it's time to calculate the balance. Please note it down. We will be making it as completed, or we will be calculating balance separately. I'm repeating my words, what I had said. Separately balances would be calculated. You are not required to mix them. First step, take sum of debit side. As you can see, this is your sum of debit side of cash. Similarly, you will be taking sum of credit side. First step has been completed. And now you are going to see how much total is present on debit side, how much total is present on credit side. After which you will see the larger sum. Larger sum is 5,20,000. So at this place, what you will do, you will put a total over here and write down the balance. 520,000 was the larger sum you have posted over here, and same total would be written on other side as well. Okay. Next step is to choose smaller side. So we have our smaller side over here. Okay, we'll have to do it. Okay guys, the sum which was taken on credit side, this amount was missing. I have corrected it 3 lakh. Okay, come to the point. You have taken total of both sides. Then you have compared larger sum you have posted on total of both sides. Smaller side would be chosen and there you will write the balance. So by balance would be written over here. And how you would calculate balance? By subtracting smaller total from the larger total. Larger total was 520,000 and you will subtract this smaller total 3 lakh. So we have got our first balance of cash. And now next step, you will be doing the same thing, taking sum of debit side of bank and taking sum of credit side of the bank. Again, you will make comparison. Look at here, 15, 15 lakh 46,000 and 12 lakh. The larger sum is 15 lakh. So what you will do, you will write 15 lakh 46,000 on debit side, and finally you will be putting an outer line border. 15 lakh 46,000 is written on debit side, same you will put on credit side, but as you can see that larger sum is 15 lakh 46,000, smaller sum is 12 lakh 60,000. Now here would be the time where you will see the balance. How you would calculate the balance? By subtracting smaller sum from the larger sum. Larger sum is 15 lakh 46,000 and you will subtract 12 lakh 60,000 from larger sum. So you have 286,000. So in this way both balances have been calculated. Now let's see the answers. This is your cash balance 2,20,000 and here look at here 2,20,000 is your first answer. And second answer is 2,86,000 and you look at here 2,86,000 is your second answer. So in this way our process of making cash book has been completed and you can see that we have done double column cash book where there were two sides, two columns has been used over here, cash and bank on debit side, cash and bank on credit side. That is why it is called double column cash book. But procedure is same, method is same, posting is same. I'm very sure that you people have understood the phenomena of double column cash book, but even then if you have any question, any difficulty, any query, you are open to ask your question through messages, text, or you can directly meet and share your queries. I will surely be available to answer your queries. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.